Gentlemen, here's the drill. You've got just 48 hours to build these vehicles that I've selected for you. You ready to see what you're gonna be working on?
Oh, yeah!
All right. Brad, Ray, would you be so kind as to remove the covers from these cars? Yeah! All right. 1971 Chevrolet Camaros.
The Chevy Camaro was built on the GM F-body platform. It was introduced in 1967 specifically to compete with the highly popular Ford Mustang.
I had 7 cars by the time I was a senior in high school, and 2 of them were Camaros.
Hard as you can. Cut it. We got it. Come on, right up on it.
No, Isaac, no, the other way. No.
We're way too far over.
One more. No.
Straight.
Too much. Back the other way.
Straight.
We were so hyped up. First thing we did was got that car on the lift, and it wasn't real straight on the lift, quote unquote, to say the least. We're too far on the lift, aren't we?
When we got it on the rack, we were a little sideways. But I looked at it, we had 2/3 of the rear tire on. It was dangerous to look at, but I knew it was still safe.
Pop the hood. Come on, let's go.
After a slow start for the blue team from Riverside,
Come on, baby.
Fernando seizes control.
Hold it, Isaac. You ready?
Out of everybody on the team, the engine compartment, the suspension, everything, that's my forte. That's what I do. You know, I yank motors all the time. So, you know, I told them exactly what the plan of action was. We were like barracudas, man. We just attacked it, man, just from all sides.
Fernando, what do you need?
I need a 5/8 wrench. Hurry up. Hey, bring the hoist. Somebody bring the hoist over here.
Good. Did you get motor mount, Paul?
Yeah, I got them both.
This motherfucker does not want to budge. Here we go.
Check out Brad, man. He looks like he's a chimpanzee swinging in the jungle.
Here we go. Come on, we're almost there, guys. Break the chains, and we'll be behind. Don't let it swing. Straight back. We got it.
All right!
There you go, team.
Yeah!
Over with the blue team from Riverside, lead tech Brad discusses the design concept with his team.
What's your overall theme for the car?
Well, an overall theme is it's a muscle car. I mean, I know we're going muscle, but we're putting a little taste of the Inland Empire, you can say. This is second generation Camaro, so it's a muscle car. This is a nice American muscle car. So we wanted something loud. So they decided to go with the orange.
What about bumpers? We're gonna split the bumpers up front?
All right, we're gonna split the bumper in the front.
We wanted to do something crazy with the paint job, so we were thinking some monsters in there. I just knew it had to be extreme, so everyone's asking me what we're gonna do, and I just tell them, it's a surprise.
Robert hasn't told me exactly what he wants to do, but man, from the sounds of it, it's gonna be epic.
We wanted to put some monsters inside our graphics, so we ended up calling it the Orange Monster. All right, let's go.
All right, cool.
Over on the blue side, they're also working feverishly on their interior, but Jillian is working on their car's original seats.
This is the first time I've ever done something like this in 48 hours. I have to do the seats and the console, and then I leave the door panel last.
Meanwhile, Greg is laying speaker wire throughout the blue team's Camaro for the audio system and gauge cluster.
It's gonna be like another 24-hour job right here.
While the interior for both teams is well underway, Tim on the blue team has decided to upgrade their suspension with traction bars, also known as slapper bars.
A slapper bar is a traction device. This is old school. Grew up in Riverside. We're all just poor kids, you know. We wanted the hot rod and the hot look. If you had a Camaro or any kind of leaf spring car at that point in time, the trick ticket was slapper bars.
You ever see a car do a burnout with parallel leaf without any kind of traction control? The rear end actually chatters. So the team from Riverside, what they did is they built this bar that comes forward, and it has a snubber on it, a rubber bumper. So as this rear end wants to twist and come up, this bumper contacts the bottom of the spring at this pickup point. What that does is allows the rear end to twist just enough to shock the tires, plant them, and keep it from winding up and unloading. It's actually quite an effective way of getting traction control for your car.
Come on, Betty.
It's 6 hours into the build. The blue team has finished working on their traction bars and are well on their way to finishing their suspension, but is not happy with how high the front end of the car is sitting.
Obviously, we got to do something that's too high. You know, we got to get it down in the weeds.
We'll just get it up
We'll cut a couple coils and get the nose down.
Jimmy Shine happens to overhear their plans to cut the coils and is growing concerned.
They're talking about actually taking one of their coil springs and actually cutting one coil at a time. That's one complete revolution. One full coil is a radically large amount. My suggestion would be maybe a quarter at a time. If they cut too much, the car is going to be too low. It's actually going to put the tire up into the fender well and rub, not allowing you to steer or anything. The car won't even roll.
9 hours after the hooligans got their engine installed, the blue team is finally ready to install theirs. It should fit easily, but something goes wrong.
That ain't it, man. Why are we fighting this thing so hard? Jeez.
On the motor mount situation, I had a little bit of a problem. It wasn't lining up.
The mounts are all crooked.
Such a pain for an easy motor, man.
When I was dropping it, it was hitting, like right here, it was hitting the frame, so it wasn't allowing it to drop. So I had to lift it up, take it out. I had Tim grind it off.
How do I cut that off?
Just saw, man, I don't care.
Saw. This is killing us in time.
Tim on the blue team has finished grinding off the motor mount, and they're ready to try to install their engine again.
As soon as I got that in, slid the bolts in there and everything, it was perfect.
Yeah, all right.
Way to go, guys.
Finally.
Yeah. Now, this should have fit like a glove. Really shouldn't have been a big problem. But what I'm proud of is the fact that they found the problem, they solved it, and they made it happen. I want to win as bad as they do.
The blue team is back in the competition. They moved their Camaro into paint as well, 1 hour behind the hooligans. The Riverside team is also putting the finishing touches on their seats and center console.
Car's still in paint. You know, Robert tells me he's got some secrets to pull out of that airbrush of his. Right now, I want to know that Isaac and the guys know what to do once the car's out of the paint booth, because we are rounding the corner, and everybody better have something to do.
The car's gonna come out. We're gonna get it up on the lift. We're gonna pull the hood and the trunk lid first. That way, Robert can go back in the booth and then start laying down airbrush, so we're not standing out here waiting for him.
The blue team removes their hood and trunk and sends them back into the paint booth to get airbrushed. Speedy thinks he has the perfect airbrush design to win over Jimmy Shine.
Everybody's asking me, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't worry about it. You'll see when it's done.
The Riverside team only has a few more steps to go, and after almost 45 hours of mystery, doubt, and speculation, Isaac and Robert finally bring out the newly airbrushed hood. They await the team's reaction.
Oh, man, look at that. Speedy, did it again, man.
Robert came up with the airbrush pattern. He took it on his own, and he gave the red team a resting place. Rest in peace, red team.
Time to reveal the cars.
I can't wait to get this car home. This artwork, I mean, it's amazing, and it fits the car perfect. I'm confident about this.
Next up, the Hot Rod Cruiser built by Riverside's Inland Empire Customs.
Rubbing. At least it's not on the bolt or something that's gonna cut the tire. You know, it handled really good, a lot of power off the line, shifted nice. I got more RPM out of this one, believe it or not. I think this one, even though it's more set up as a road car, actually worked better on the drag strip than our blown car. The team's choice in the tires was spot on. I mean, they performed well on the drag strip, performed well on the slalom. I mean, they're not hard, they're not soft, they're just right.